Okay, we're up. This is attempt number 2.
Did you make dinner already? No.
No, I told her she was on her own
Oh.
for dinner because,
Sounds like she had pie.
podcast. Yeah, she took 2 pies to the face today, so she has to go get right in the shower.
That's better than 2 loads of the face.
Yeah. So we lost the first bit, so we're trying it again. Here we
All
are.
right. Cheers.
Oh, we just had those. Yeah. We're back. That's also great audio.
Probably shouldn't.
Chewing ice. It's going to be ASMR. We're just going to chew ice into the. Hold on. Let me give you the ASMR. Welcome to the average ASMR chewing ice episode. It's super, super good.
We need an intro.
We do. For anybody out there in podcast land that has, any sort of musical abilities or, computer able to make shit like that, the average minute is in the market for, a quick 10-second.
Something. So we're just not going, hey.
Something with a cool riff and, maybe throw in tell me I'm not average.
All right.
And that's it. And then, welcome to the average minute.
Look at my beard.
Yeah. It's a me.
It's an average.
Tell me I'm not average. That's the intro.
Yeah. I like
so
it.
that we're not just coming in hot. Hey, we're up.
Right.
So
what's going on, man? How was the week?
Dude, listen. I am this episode is probably doomed. So apologies in advance if you're out there in podcast land because I keep my ear to the ground basically. I try to stay up on what's going on in the world and hear shit that we can talk about and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And what happens is all your feeds get programmed based on I don't know if you've ever watched that The Social Dilemma. It's a documentary about
I may have
about how social media works.
Yeah.
And it trains your algorithm, it tailors it to what you're interested in.
Yeah.
And it measures how long it takes you to scroll past something. Oh, then there might be some kind of interest or.
So the longer you look at it, the more stuff like that they send.
Oh yeah. It only takes, I don't know, a day maybe.
Yeah.
To totally train your algorithm to my whole shit is void of golf videos now. It used to be golf videos. Hot chicks playing golf,
right?
Hot chicks doing other things other than playing golf,
right?
And
that's where mine was too. And now
you know what it is now.
I'm in the Philippines.
What is it? What is it now?
You know what? I don't even want to say it because I'm sure my phone is listening. So all kinds of weird shit comes on my phone now.
I texted you this morning and said, "Dude, we're fucked."
Dude.
for the podcast because for the last 3-4 days I've been scouring the interwebs trying to come up with all right, well, that's interesting, we could talk about that since we've evolved into just doing a show about nothing, basically
pretty much
nothing and everything, all encompassing. It's whatever we decide to talk about, and my whole algorithm now is 100% weird, and I hesitate to even call them conspiracies, but it's weird shit, ancient civilizations, the Anunnaki, the Nephilim, Egypt was not really what they say, all this kind of stuff. Antarctica, the ice wall, many continents beyond the ice wall, and just all these theories about are aliens even aliens? Are they people that live beyond the ice wall but they're still earthbound, but they're these way super advanced civilizations that did not get wiped out?
Yeah.
That by the cataclysms that the rest of us did thousands of years ago, and they just kept, evolving and developing technology and all this kind of stuff. Dude, crazy shit that where you're What?
You sent me like, what, 12 of them?
Well, because you were like, I don't even know what that is.
What are you talking about?
And I'm like, well, here you go. I'm going to send you some shit so I can fuck your algorithm
now
too.
It's on my phone. And dude, I can't even wrap my head around most of that stuff.
So,
I mean, all of it.
So you have to.
It's so far beyond my knowledge.
So I'm already like a skeptic, right? Like, and it's like I told you earlier. Like, most of this stuff is probably horseshit, right? But
one of them, the math checked out.
Like, what if it's not?
Yeah,
you know, a lot of these conspiracy. We'll just call them conspiracy theories. But it's not like JFK assassination and all that kind of shit. We're talking like
ancient.
Yeah, talking about how like humanity came to be, or just all these past ancient civilizations, and there's so much shit that cannot be explained by archaeology yet.
Well, like in Monument Valley, the one you sent me with the perfectly square.
Yeah, like there's an ancient quarry there.
Yeah,
like
it's crazy.
Them rocks were quarried. Like that didn't
cut like a grid.
Yeah,
perfect shape, perfect square shape.
Yeah,
it's like wow,
and it's real. Like, so
it's there.
So
how did that happen?
So everybody's asking the questions, and so the only way to ever get any answers, I mean, what is science, right? What science is, and understand, I'm no scientist by any stretch.
It's above my pay grade.
But it's the scientific process is develop a hypothesis, and so David, what a hypothesis is an educated guess. So you gather all of this evidence, all of these facts, or you basically collect all this data, and you go, okay, based on this collection of data, here's my hypothesis. If you say, for example, you go over to Bob's house and there's shit tons of Coors Light cans laying around, you go, based on the data, my hypothesis is this dude probably, whoever lives at this house, drinks a shit ton of Coors Light. And so how do we prove that?
Probably has
right? So then the
stock in Coors Light.
The scientific process is proving your hypothesis.
Right.
The problem is when you get into
scientifically
ancient. Not like,
it's just not a guess. It's, you
that's
do the math.
That's the hypothesis. Is basically a guess, but it's not just out of the blue. It's based on
your opinion.
It's based on data.
Yeah.
Right. And data can be interpreted myriad of ways.
God, yes.
So the scientific process is proving your hypothesis based on,
the data you collected and went over and blah 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 blah.
And so where you get into problems with ancient history is that there's data. There's like, okay, we got these fucking rocks out in the middle of nowhere.
That's Monument Valley, right?
We have no explanation for.
Yeah.
They're there. That's the data. And so huge. Now you go, okay, well, what other data do we have? Okay, well, there's very similar occurrences in all these different parts of the globe. Some of the stuff we have written history on, some of it we don't. Yeah. And then you go, based on previous scientific processes, like archaeology or whatever, here's what they determined about those. And so you can extrapolate. So, David, what extrapolate means, I feel like I'm going to be saying that a lot.
So, David.
Yeah. It's fine.
Can you say so whip, too? Because I don't understand a lot of this shit either.
So, no. That doesn't flow off the tongue.
No.
So David. Yeah. You can say, okay, well, if it was true there, it's likely that it's true here.
Right.
It's extrapolation.
Right.
By going, there, ergo.
So many people looked at it and.
Yeah. You can say all of the
data,
the markers match.
Yeah.
So
match with this, match with that.
We can say that with a lot of likelihood, it's the same outcome or whatever.
The rocks in Monument Valley, they're fucking huge.
Yeah. Well, that's not even like the craziest thing, dude. I mean, every day they're finding with the advancements in LiDAR technology, all these different they're able to with a satellite, they're able to fly over like the Giza Plateau, not the Gaza Strip. We'll get into Gaza in another episode. That's a whole different can of worms. But like they fly over the Giza Strip, and they can like they have all this ground penetrating technology, and they found so the pyramids are, and this is legit shit. This is not like theory right now. This is like proven science that they go there are all of these crazy chambers and pillars and whatever underneath the pyramid. Like it's not just these pyramids sitting on the sand.
Right.
It goes down.
They're deep.
Kilometers down.
Yeah.
Which, we're Americans, so we don't, kilometers is like, it's
a couple
like,
miles.
It's like it's not a couple miles.
You said kilometers deep.
Yeah. But like a kilometer is not. Like a 5K is like 3 miles.
Okay.
Or somewhere in there. I don't know. Some bullshit.
So how many K are underneath it?
I feel like it's like several kilometers deep.
Okay, a couple miles.
Yeah. Well, okay. So
that's what you said.
So David, how you convert kilometers to miles is
it was an estimate on my part.
It's totally arbitrary.
It was an estimate on my part.
That's the best. Those are my favorite. Are those fucking SNL skits with Nate Bargatze where he's playing George Washington.
Oh my God!
And he's like, I dream
of hilarious.
Being a free nation where we can have our own word for the number 12. And they're like, what? He's like, well, it'll be called a dozen. What other numbers will we have? And he's like, none.
None. Just, what's a baker's dozen?
Shit like that. And
that'll be 13.
And we won't. 1,000 pounds won't be called. We won't have a word for 1,000 pounds. Well, it feels like we should have a name for 1,000 pounds, and yet we won't.
No.
It's the best, dude.
That's pretty funny.
I wish.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I wish that you could plagiarize comedy like you can music. Like you go to wherever, go to a bar or coffee shop or something. You got somebody like sitting there playing music, and it's almost like the last thing you ever want to hear them play is their own shit.
Right.
You only want to
hear other people's shit.
Yeah. But it's like the exact opposite when it comes to comedy. Like if whoever. If Shane Gillis goes on stage and starts telling Jerry Seinfeld material, you're gonna be like, get the fuck out of here.
But you don't want to hear him saying, who's a little dude? I can't think of his fucking name.
Kevin Hart. You
don't want Shane Gillis doing Kevin Hart.
No, but it's just it's weird, and I wish, and it's only because I'm not creative to come up with my own shit.
Oh, you are.
Yeah, but you got to put the work in, and I'm not.
Life stories.
I'm not willing to do
It's your
that.
life stories, which are fantastic.
Well, if that were the case, then I could be the next Ron White, which I'm not going to be.
Look back,
because all that guy's whole thing is just him telling stories about
him drinking.
Yeah, just his life.
Right,
and
it's
not
pretty
good
case. Yeah.
But anyway, we've been down. We've exhausted.
It was a rabbit hole. Dude, I'm telling you, the shit you sent me today was.
Dude, we're talking. I mean, it's wild.
It's out there,
but it's stuff to where you can't look at it and go, "Oh, well, that's probably true. That's probably true." Otherwise, your head will explode.
Yeah.
Like you have to look at it with a fair amount of skepticism, but it makes you think, and you go, "Okay, well, there's not really any other good explanations for a lot of this stuff."
Yeah.
So, at least we got people out there trying to explain stuff, which. It seems to be that modern day archaeologists have no interest in like telling, like going, oh, all of this stuff we've been telling you for the last couple hundred years.
Yeah.
That's wrong. Turns out we're wrong about that because now there's this new evidence that overturns that.
Right.
Like they're not willing to like go, oh yeah, we were wrong.
Well, maybe Earth's already been through all of this stuff, and we're just starting over, and we haven't got to that point yet.
Well, that seems to be the general, regardless of the who, what, when, and where. That the general consensus seems to be that the Earth was obviously wiped out multiple times during several different
it just starts over.
Cataclysmic events, and The only explanation for a lot of this, well, I shouldn't say the only explanation, but a reasonable explanation for a lot of this stuff is that humanity had developed like crazy advanced technology prior to, getting wiped out. And then So, for example, like we have crazy good technology right now.
We do.
Right? I mean, we can go to outer space, we can drive cars, we can fly, we can whatever. We have these.
Right.
We're on the verge of quantum computing, and we have AI and all this kind of stuff. I tell you what, if we got hit with like some kind of solar flare that like wiped out our entire fucking grid and all this kind of stuff, we become hunter gatherers immediately.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, but I don't know how to build a rocket ship or a car or a whatever. Or
But would you need it if we were wiped out?
no, what I'm saying is the idea is that we're not like totally wiped out. There's some people that make it that have to start over again. Yeah. And I'm sorry, but you instantly go back to being cavemen, more or less.
Yeah, the first thing
I got to figure out how
to car.
Fashion. Well, what I'm saying is, assuming that I'm jumping the gun a little bit. Assuming that I'm one of the survivors, and assuming that we can figure out how to find food and shelter.
Right, yeah.
We're going to make it long enough to where we're going to have to develop new technology to get back on track.
Absolutely.
And how do you go about developing new technology? Is you go, okay, well, first of all, let's try to put down a written history of like where we were at before we got wiped out, and then how do we get back there?
Right.
And then how detailed are you going to have to be? Like, you can't just go, oh, well, you're going to have to figure out how to refine oil so that you can, have internal combustion or whatever, right? Like, first of all, you're going to have to go, okay,
but how long will that take?
There's this shit called oil.
How fast?
And this is how you get it, and then this is how you do it. And this is what you use it for, and whatever.
Yeah, but how fast would you have to get there, though?
And you wouldn't. There is no. There have to. What I'm saying is, as many times as we've been wiped out as a species,
right,
we've somehow managed to come back to however far we get before we get wiped out again. You know?
You ever played a video game and you can't get past the final boss and you go back to a certain point and then you start over, but everything you did before that is still there?
Yeah. We're not there.
You don't think so?
No.
It might be a video game somebody's playing and you just can't get past the final boss.
Oh, is this a theory?
Maybe. I don't know.
That it's a simulation and
Could
there's
be.
some alien kid on Alderaan that's playing.
That one thing you sent me was
Earth.
There's alternate freaking things.
Earth,
all the math
the video
checks out.
game.
Yeah.
And we. Oh, sorry. Here comes. Oh, Yellowstone erupted. They gone.
He's so far advanced in this game that he's got to go all the way back to the start.
Yeah, and the start is what, cavemen, or the start is
because depends on where we're at.
If you think about it,
he could be. Yeah.
So there's a lot of evidence to support that whatever cataclysm happened back, it was like 13 and 14,000 years ago, started the last ice age.
Okay.
Wiped out almost all of humanity. And then, we became hunter-gatherers.
Was it a meteor or was it
Well, there's several different theories, but yes, meteor impacts, which caused like the quote-unquote flood and, drastic climate change and the continents shifted and all this kind of stuff. And then we went back to, so for the last, we'll call it 13,000 years, we've been figuring out how to get to where we are right now.
Right.
And
we're probably not even a third of the way to it.
Well, I mean, if you consider,
I'm just guessing, but
if you consider how long the planet's been around,
not a long time. That's a long time.
And they keep finding evidence about humans being on the planet. It keeps getting pushed back further and further and further to where now we're talking millions of years, supposedly.
I watched a documentary
there's human life here millions of years ago.
Yeah.
And so, okay, how many times have humans advanced to however far they got, you know? And there's always a different way, like we would develop different. Like if the next time when we get wiped out, how many thousands of years is it going to take for us to get to call it advanced from like primitive?
Yeah.
And what technology, what path do we go down? Because the last time, there's a shit ton of evidence to support the idea that the last time we had crazy like electric like ability to harness electricity and energy,
Yeah.
and distribute that wirelessly and all this kind of stuff. We don't have that right now. One guy did, and they like fucking drummed him out of the whole thing.
I seen a freaking reel today that said 1 year of electricity is like 2 minutes of the sun's energy on Earth. The equivalent.
I believe
it's like, but we can't harness it because something was destroyed back in the day, and that was another thing. You know what? That's probably what made that shit come up.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah. Hello, welcome to my world.
God.
You know what? You might have to like open your mind a little bit and learn about some of this stuff.
I'm too old for that shit, man.
Are you?
I'm retired. I don't need to think anymore.
Well, what better time than to
I work at a golf course.
Look back at your existence and look forward to, you know.
I couldn't comprehend that shit in high school. How am I going to do it now?
Well, it's not a textbook situation.
Well, yeah, but you got to really think hard about that shit. It's deep stuff, man.
Do you have to think that hard about it? I
mean, do.
You've absorbed your whole lifetime of human experience.
I guess.
So,
but not that though.
No, but
different things.
But what I'm saying is to take on a new idea that relates to everything you've experienced, just tries to explain some of it.
I don't think I need to be smarter.
It's not about being smart. It's about having questions, and I mean, you don't.
Do we really want the answer, though?
Are you falling into the I love not to know?
Maybe.
God damn, dude. Fuck.
You're 40, what, 44?
I'm 44 years old.
All right, I'm almost 60.
I'm
getting to the point where I don't give a fuck anymore, you know?
Why?
Because it's like, why do we need to know it? Do you really want to know that shit?
Yes.
What's going to happen after that?
I don't know. I don't know.
What if it ends humanity?
What, knowing?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Then all people freak out, you know? Look at fucking L.A.
You think that's what happened in L.A. is somebody found out?
I don't know.
My favorite.
Well, they're fucking around and finding out.
Dude, my favorite headline from this whole riot bullshit going on in L.A. is, of course, the Babylon Bee.
Oh.
And it was Trump is to release one gorilla to fight every 100 protesters.
That would be awesome.
And
I think they could beat them.
That would be fucking...
With the rocks and the signs and the scooters that they're throwing.
Dude, they would...
Dude, that would clean it right up.
Yeah.
Three of them, I think, could take care of the whole thing.
There were some good headlines, but that was pretty good.
One gorilla.
There was one yesterday that was like, it was a tank sitting on the 405 in like gridlock traffic, and the headline was like, "This is ridiculous," and it's like Marine tank stuck in traffic on the 405. This is ridiculous.
That is a good fucking site to follow. Just for if you like comedy and satire and just stupid shit, you know, it's fucking funny. I didn't mean to turn you off of
totally fine, dude.
Stuff.
I can't go. So my thing with all these crazy theories and you know, the whats and the whys and the whens and whatever is, it's so hard for me to actually do a deep dive on any of it, to where I don't have the ability to sit here and have an intelligent conversation about any of it. Like, it just leaves me with more questions.
Right. And which one do you believe and which one don't you believe?
So here's
which
what
one's right,
here's
which
what
one's
I need
wrong.
you to do is, I need you in your spare time to do the research and actually come back as an expert that I can have a conversation with. You can teach me
for that shit.
what I need to know.
Why don't you call around and see if you can find an expert to explain all this shit?
Nobody's going to come on the podcast. We don't have any listeners.
Oh.
So all you out there in podcast land, consider yourself lucky.
Yeah.
Because you're one of the few that put up with this shit week after week.
How many followers we got?
You imagine you don't even know us. You have no idea who we are, right? Like, and you fire up your phone or however you get these podcasts, and you go, ooh, there's a new average minute.
The average minute.
I got to listen to this.
It's only a minute.
Yeah.
2 hours later, you're like, what the fuck did I just listen to?
Can you imagine though? Like that's you actually look forward to listening. Somebody's sitting there going, I gotta get me some of that in my ear holes.
Yeah, I know somebody that does.
Good morning, Missy.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a good. That deserves a timing.
Yeah, timing. Best part of comedy. Timing.
Oh, Christ.
Yeah, I don't know how many subscribers you got now.
I don't know. What, on YouTube?
YouTube.
Like
YouTube seems to be blowing up.
Like 2.5. Nah, I'll tell you what. So the YouTube thing. So we get like thousands of views on YouTube.
It's funny,
but
instantly though too.
Yeah, but it's not. It's not the podcast. It's when I put up them clips of the podcast, and those they just go to like thousands of people's scrolling shits immediately, and then nobody ever like doesn't. So yeah, you get views,
so
but that doesn't translate to people going, "Ooh, I want to listen to that podcast."
Is it views on YouTube or is it views on like Instagram?
No, it's
Facebook.
It's YouTube.
Does it go to all those? Okay,
I didn't know YouTube had shorts. I put it on all that shit, but those shorts are created and uploaded to YouTube, and then I take them off of YouTube and put them on social media.
So somebody's on YouTube fucking scrolling that shit. I didn't even know there was reels on YouTube.
It's not because they're going, oh, I want reels of these guys. It's that they just get pushed to people.
Did you put all the episodes on YouTube?
Not all the episodes, just the ones
recent ones.
Yeah, just the past 2 months ones. I went back through
maybe 3 months.
I went back through like the list.
Oh, Mrs. Average was on there.
Yeah, so it turns out that
sucking dick on a golf course.
Still the #1 episode on Spotify.
That's awesome. And it has nothing to do with that.
No, it was like a sentence of the podcast. But that's how you get people to listen. You
Absolutely.
come up with a really
bam
get you title, and then people go, ooh, I want to hear about Mrs. Average sucking dick on the golf course.
Everybody does. Why not?
Right. I would, dude. I'm interested in that topic. I can't tell you. Anyway, you know what? Anyway, I don't know what were we even talking about. The whole Mexico.
Mexico?
The protest.
That was one thing. We were talking about all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
But just now we're talking about how it works on YouTube.
Oh. Yeah, but that's not super riveting.
No.
Nobody gives two shits. Nobody wants to see how the sausage is made. They just want to.
They just want to eat the sausage.
They just want to bite into that brat and have it snap and,
and then burn the roof of your mouth.
Yeah, with
then you have skin
molten hot magma.
Yeah,
and
especially those fucking
skin flap.
Those cheese, jalapeno cheese, cheddar, whatever fucking brats they are, and the fucking cheese burns your mouth.
Right.
Missy did that to me once. She tater
with
tots.
Okay.
No, tater tots. She bought these fucking tater tots with cheese in them.
But didn't tell you there were cheese in them?
No. And, I just, right out of the oven, just throw one in your mouth, because with regular tater tots. Threw one of those fuckers in there, man. It burnt, fucking 3rd-degree burn on my tongue, my roof of my mouth. It was horrid. I'm like, what the fuck? She's like, why are you throwing it in your mouth? It's right out of the oven.
Thanks for the heads up.
Yeah. Watch out for that. I could go pee.
Oh, okay. Well, I could use a
refresher.
A top off.
We seem to be slowing down on our drinking. How far are we in? I can't even see.
Yeah, we're like a half hour.
I don't even know where you're looking.
28 minutes. Top middle. See right there? Right there. Not right here.
Oh.
But, shit. Do we need to move that? Sorry. For those of you that are watching the average minute, that's probably just a coaster or something.
We better take a break.
All right, yeah. We'll get cleaned up. We'll be right back. All right.
That sounds like.
Well, we're back.
Sounds like that was a long break.
Yeah, but they don't know that.
We may or may not have had 2 or 3 drinks.
Well, listen, we got the mess cleaned up. It's technical. You don't worry about it. Most of you guys aren't even listening to or watching.
As I wipe my nose.
It's probably fine. So for those of you that are just getting the audio experience, there may or may not have been something in picture that we didn't want in picture.
Yeah, sorry about that.
But it's probably fine. It's probably nothing that you need to go back and watch.
What is this?
That's my average decanter.
Yeah.
So
This is fantastic.
I don't know exactly how far. I don't know what kind of range this little boy has. For those of you that are only listening and not watching,
Oh,
I don't, so
you got to do it sideways.
yeah,
so
but
you can
dude,
see
I
it
have
through
plenty of bourbon in here.
Throw some more in there. We got to show the people.
Okay, so
Is it-
there's this.
Is it going to go?
There's a cherubic average.
Are we ready?
Go ahead.
I thought you were-
Oh shit, dude! You totally fuck! Ow! Ow! God damn it! I got a fucking cut on my. Ow! Ah! Ah!
I thought you were going to hold it up. Here. Oh shit. Here. Have a napkin.
That didn't feel so very good on raw flesh.
You'll be all right. Sorry. Now you
Well,
got
now it's right into my bloodstream. So
Oh, perfect. Now you got a wet spot here. You need another one.
give me a coaster. No, it's fine.
All right. There's
No,
it.
I got plenty of bourbon in my drink.
That works
right
pretty
now.
good. I like that.
Yeah, it'll be here Monday. I forget where I got that.
That's
I
fantastic.
feel like one of the kids got it for me for a gift.
Okay.
You know.
yeah. That's perfect.
Yeah. Well, tell me this kid isn't average.
Looks like you.
Actually, if you go hog body ratio, this dude is like this dude's full whip. Actually,
no.
because if you were to just put that down, if he like,
He's
that's
not
like
wearing
that's like
shorts.
almost down to his knee.
He's not wearing shorts. That's true.
I can't believe
he's
we're
got a little
analyzing
chubby.
the size of a. Anyway,
All right.
whew. So what you want to do is no, it's like it's a callback to those old fountains, you
Yeah.
know, that people would have for whatever
Yeah.
reason. They'd have a fucking kid
Like a bird. Yeah.
peeing like
Peeing off
water.
the-
Like
yeah.
okay,
Little cherub.
that's what we want out in the garden. Is
So, David, what a cherub is.
yeah.
Sorry, man. I
If
didn't
I-
mean to overshoot.
That's not the first time you've had to tell me that. So if you're wondering why Whip keeps coming back on the podcast, when the cream sets out too long,
Jesus.
never go full. Fuck! Why did I just draw a blank?
I don't know.
On,
I don't know where you're
Devo.
going with this. Devo?
When the cream
was
sets
Devo?
out too long, you must whip it.
Oh. Jesus.
You must whip it.
Yeah.
Do.
I've never heard that before.
What? Oh yeah, is that like? Oh hey, ZZ Top. Yeah, I've never heard that one before.
Yeah.
Anywho,
So-
speaking of getting cool gifts for Father's Day and whatnot,
Yeah, that's coming up.
it is.
That's a big week.
What are you are you expecting anything good?
No.
What's the all right? What's the best and worst Father's Day
Oh,
present you ever got?
Man. I don't know. Jeez,
Ooh, God damn it!
That's
now it's aggressive.
That's a tough question because I'm not a big. I don't know. It's like birthdays, you know. You don't really celebrate them. It's more about Mother's
Right.
Day and birthdays and
Right,
stuff
but
like that.
that doesn't
I
stop
don't-
your family from
Well, true.
observing it on
True,
your behalf.
but I mean, for the last 8 years, 9 years, we've been playing golf on Father's Day, which is a pretty good gift.
Yeah.
Letting me go out and play golf and just enjoy my day.
So
and,
that's what you get?
well, pretty much, yeah.
You don't get like a tie or
No, it must not be very good if I can't remember what the fuck they are.
you haven't gotten anything like super deluxe?
No, not really. I mean,
Trying to think, but nothing happens.
I know.
See, my birthday is so close to Father's Day that it's real easy to get, the gifts confused.
right? Yeah, it's like
So-
having your birthday close to Christmas.
Yeah. So it's hard for me to, obviously I've gotten stuff for Father's Day that is probably still hanging in my closet with a tag on it. Where you go, oh, that's fucking cool.
I mean,
And
most
then
of
you
it's
just hang it up in your
golf
closet.
stuff or gift cards or something like that. Nothing extravagant.
Right.
Nothing like a trip to.
Yeah. Well, no, and I didn't know if, like, when when your daughter was small, if there was like the handmade
the handmade cards and all
yeah.
that stuff. Yeah, I still have a bunch of them too.
Yeah.
That's freaking.
I didn't get.
You never get rid
I
of
didn't
those.
get any of that shit. Actually, I take that back. I take that back. I have a.
I'll make you one.
I got a no. I got
For
a.
Sunday.
I got a sweet. There's no definition to it. It's literally a box made out of popsicle sticks
Yeah.
that says. Does it say best or greatest? It might say greatest.
Greatest.
It says greatest stepdad ever.
Yeah.
And you have to open it, and then on the bottom of the box with like little decals, letter decals.
It says stepdad ever.
It says greatest stepdad ever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because
Nice.
I've never squired another human that I'm aware of.
Me either.
So, well, no, yeah. So
But I have a daughter that's amazing,
yeah.
and
So do I.
she's mine. Yeah.
That's where it came from. That's where the box came from.
Yeah.
Was
The homemade stuff is the best.
middle child, because
Well, I only have the one.
she's the one that
And that's
painted me
enough.
that Charlie Brown picture in the front room there.
Oh yeah.
The Charlie Brown and Snoopy, like from behind them, like sitting on a dock, and it's all like crazy, not psychedelic, but it's all crazy, like Van Gogh style, like the
Yeah.
stars and the moon and stuff.
I don't know if I've seen that one.
Yeah, when you go into the front room,
I don't snoop around your house when I go in there.
It hits. You can't walk into the front room without seeing it. It's like right on that front facing wall. But
I'll pay more attention next
she's
time.
she's
when I got to go.
she's got
drop a
the
deuce.
artistic gene.
Yeah.
So I get stuff like that
Nothing wrong with that.
from her. I've actually everything I've ever commissioned still yet to be completed. But the stuff that's like just out of the blue.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah.
That's what I have.
Yeah.
But like I commissioned a one of those signs for the backyard that has like the different where it says like this town this many miles and it points
Yeah,
that way
yeah,
and then
yeah.
this
It's
one.
got all the
So I
different-
wanted like all the towns that are important to
Where you
us
go
as,
to,
as
yeah,
a family on there.
How
With
far's Yost Van Dyke?
I don't know.
you
That
have
was
one of those
that
yet?
was part of the commission was you got to look all this shit up.
Hmm.
Here are the towns that I want, and then you got to look it up.
Yeah.
And, make it accurate from
You got to point them right.
like drop a pin on our house on Google Earth and then
Yeah.
go
How
it's
far?
this many
yeah.
miles as the crow flies.
How would it calculate that to Yost Van Dyke?
Well, it's pretty easy. You drop a pin here and
Oh.
you drop a pin there, and it goes. It's a lot of miles.
Would it? Does it calculate it though? Like, do you hit the directions to get the miles?
No,
Yeah.
that's like driving
like-
directions. I don't think you
well-
can. So we're a little past the MapQuest days.
It's
where-
it's Google Maps.
Yeah, all you do is go point and point, and then it goes. It's this many.
Oh, it gives you. Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know. How,
Yeah. Well, now if you say I want to drive there, it's going to say, okay. Well, first of all, that's not a thing.
well, that's how I get.
because it's
I
an
know
island.
that. That's why I was. That's why I was asking.
That's where your kidding comes from, by the way. Did you know that?
My what?
You know how I always say you're kidding?
No. Oh yeah, I know how you say that.
Yeah. That's where that comes from. It's from the Dead Milkman, bitchin' Camaro, when he does the opening
God.
monologue.
Are you gonna sing this?
I'm not. Although it's definitely going to get stuck in my head. But one of the things that he says,
I think
is,
you sang it on the podcast
The
at one point.
the important thing is we get to the part where you ask me how I'm getting down to the shore. He's like, how you getting down on the shore? Funny you should ask. I've got a car now.
Here we go.
And he doesn't say what kind of car do you have. He goes, oh wow, how'd you get a car? He goes, my folks drove it up here from the Bahamas. He goes, you're kidding. He said, I must be. The Bahamas are islands.
And then it goes into.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. But you're kidding. It just became part of the average lexicon at a very young age. Like one of those things that sticks with you.
Yeah, before you sang that song, I don't know how many years ago. That's the first time I had heard it. You're like, what?
How are you not aware of the Dead Milkman
Me and you
Bitchin' Camaro in particular?
We have different.
It's like one of the
music
greatest
genres.
punk rock songs ever
I'm not
written.
a punk rock guy.
It's not even really punk rock. It's like bubblegum punk.
It's like.
And I know
Devo.
there's people out there in podcasts on there be like,
It's
oh,
like
you're
Oingo
slanderous.
Boingo. It's just shit.
What? Good morning, Missy.
Yeah.
I'll set him straight. Hold on. She's like cutting the bangs right now.
You motherfucker. I guarantee she'll say something tomorrow. She'll wake me up from a dead sleep. What do you mean? Oingo boingo.
Dude, Danny Elfman, one of the greatest musical minds of our generation, by the way.
Dude, you know what? He's in almost every movie.
Well, he's in a lot of movies.
He's in a lot of. Every time we watch a movie, music goes, Danny Elfman. Oh my God.
It's because it's something that she
It's
connects
because
with.
he couldn't make a career of singing. He had to go make movies.
He did make a career of singing.
That's horrible.
Okay, that's your opinion. I happen to like Oingo Boingo.
Horrible.
Now, mind you, I'm not gonna I don't geek out on him like, oh my gosh, I fucking.
It better not be the song of the summer.
It's not.
Okay.
Is it? No, no. The only thing, the only song of the summer potentially that's not a current. See, normally the song of the summer. No, normally the song of the summer is something new, something from this week.
Yeah, but everything
something
new
fresh.
sucks.
Well, you keep bringing us all this old wine. How about something fresh? How about something from this week?
What's new that could even?
No, what I'm saying is that's to be determined, and we don't get to choose what it is. Like there have been many years where they've just crowbarred some song they want.
Yeah.
And you're just like, this is it?
Yeah, but
like,
it's the station
dude,
you're
we got
listening
stuck
to,
with
no?
some fucking watermelon moonshine bullshit. Nobody liked that song, but
Missy
it was
did.
Dude, I don't need to hear a song about Lainey Wilson losing her virginity. Okay, I don't care. I don't care.
I get it
about that.
I get it.
And
what about there's a hole in the bottle?
I wasn't particularly fond of that song either.
You kept searching for it on your phone and
I
kept
didn't
playing.
keep searching for it. It just kept getting played
Every morning.
It's because that was the song of the summer.
Because you kept playing
in
it.
the bottle.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck is this? It's about wine.
It's the song of the summer.
Yeah. Have we had a good one yet?
Well, last year we got stuck with that stupid "Good Lord."
We need the whiskey. Have another shot of whiskey. Is that the same song? No.
No, not even a little.
Whiskey glasses.
That's like several years old, though.
But look at what you're drinking.
What I'm saying is, that was the song of the summer. Last year was that Shabuzi, the "Someone pour me a double shot of whiskey."
Oh, that's Shabuzi?
Yeah.
I don't even know. I don't listen to modern.
Good Lord.
I don't listen to the new country music.
Yeah, well,
It's
for
horrible.
for good reason. Yeah, it's not very good.
When what's her name wins all the Grammys?
Oh, well, yeah,
Rihanna
but that's all
or whatever her name is. Who is it?
Beyonce.
Beyonce.
Yeah, it's fucking
bullshit.
terrible. It's nobody,
fucking
and nobody
horrible.
takes that seriously. Anybody that even remotely is, nobody takes that seriously.
Country music nowadays is just rap, crap.
Well, it's a lot of it.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
It's like pop music.
What I was going to say is the only song of the summer, it seems like it's making a comeback, is that Fishing in the Dark, the Nitty Gritty.
Dude, that's an old.
I know, but it's like made a comeback.
You said you need something new, fresh.
It's making a comeback. It's old enough to where it can be fresh again.
That's because all the youngins don't know about it yet.
Exactly. So it can be.
Ooh, look at this new song.
It's already got decimated, and now it's worked its way back up into,
Yeah.
So
It's
fishing in the dark.
You ever heard of Led
and me
Zeppelin?
Go fishing in the dark. Led Zeppelin.
I know the song.
Yeah, but we're not gonna.
I know.
That's not. It can't.
I'm just saying.
I played. I was playing songs. I actually made it back to the office last weekend for the first time in a long time. I know. It was wild.
Really?
We got other Missy was there.
Did you clean our
Friday.
glasses while you were there?
No, I didn't use my glass.
Do they have them upside down? Oh, you didn't.
Nah, I drank out of a can. I know.
Those Sunny D's.
Yeah. Well, so I got to get them. It's hard. Like before I even get to the bar, my drink's on the bar.
Right.
So you got other Missy.
Well, that's what
you got
happens
other
when
Missy
you show up
and,
there all the time.
and Captain Morgan there on Friday.
Yeah.
And then on Saturday you go back and you got Captain Morgan. Other Missy's not there. You got Gina. That's there. And dude,
I love these nicknames.
It's so funny, dude, because we're sitting there Saturday and Gina is working.
Yeah.
And especially when it's not super busy, like they come out and they go, "Hey, you guys need another
what's
drink?"
up? Yeah.
Whatever. And she comes out, and we're like, no, we're good. We just got one. And Mrs. Average goes, her name's Gina? And I'm like, what? And she's like, that's her name? I'm like, no. Like, no. What? I'm like, no, it's not. It's Gina. But I said, I've just been calling her Gina for like the last couple of years. And she's like looking at me like, why the fuck would you do that? And I'm like, what?
Where's she been?
Yeah. I'm like,
Where's...
And so I had to. I'm like, it's not funny if you have to explain it.
Right.
But like the whole. So you're Gina.
It's like
it's
other
Gina.
Missy.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So, yeah. So I had to explain to Mrs. Average that her name isn't really Gina.
It's spelled the same.
Yeah. It's Gina. Tell me it's not Gina. You know.
That's
so.
Funny. Wait, her name's Gina.
Yeah. How's her name Gina? And I'm like, please don't call her that. I'm like,
right? Yeah, don't call her that. It's an inside joke.
Right? Like that's just what I
between
call
us.
her.
Yeah,
just to you.
We know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, apparently not to her because she don't remember. Or is that the first time she's been there sober?
No. Oh, maybe.
Was she sober?
You know what? Nah, I don't know. I mean, neither.
Dude, this is the first time in Lake.
It's been a super weird year
has.
where, dude, we're really not drinking a lot, and it's not for lack of trying.
Probably a good thing, but I mean,
It is.
Yeah.
It's a net positive. But what I'm saying is, it's not for lack of trying. It's not like we sit there and go, oh, we're not drinking, or we only pack so many. Dude, I pack shit tons of drinks into the fucking cooler every day.
Yeah.
And then I unload them back into the fridge and I was like, what are we doing? Like, why? But the day that I pack less, I'm going to burn through. I'm just going to, like,
it's hell getting old.
It's.
You're almost old now. You're almost 50.
I don't like that. I don't like that so very much.
Wait till you get 60. Day drinking is the thing.
I don't know that I'll make it that far.
You'll make it.
I don't know, dude.
You'll make it.
What is that? 16 years?
Yeah.
16 more years, dude? That's a long ass time for somebody that goes like I do. For somebody that's not exactly a pillar of health in the first place.
Me either.
I don't know.
60 more years, I'll be 74.
Okay. So Father's Day.
74. Fuck.
Father's Day.
Jesus.
What is the best piece of advice that you ever got from your dad?
Wrap that rascal.
No, for real.
I don't know. Fuck, dude. That's never trust anyone from Chicago.
Really?
Yep.
He told you that?
He told me that.
Was there any explanation or just
people from Chicago? They talk a good game, and the more I've lived, I've always remembered that. And the more I go through life, anyone from Chicago is like, God damn, my
you just
dad was
don't
right.
trust him?
It's not that I don't trust him. It's just.
Well, you just said the piece of advice was never trust anyone from Chicago.
Yeah. So I don't know.
So
It just comes up. I have a lot of friends from Chicago, and then it turns out they turn out to be a piece of shit.
You want to name names? You want to burn anybody down?
No. You wouldn't know anybody.
Oh,
I don't think.
Right. Well, they might happen to come across it on their YouTube feed.
I hope they do, you motherfuckers. Anyways.
All right.
No, I'm just kidding. But I can't think of anybody that I know currently that's from Chicago.
Where's Owen from? Because I don't trust that dude.
He's from You don't trust Owen? He's from Jersey. And there you go.
Yeah.
Jersey and Pennsylvania.
You know what? That's almost the same thing.
Is it?
To me,
Owen's a good motherfucker.
He is. He's a good
dude.
Seems like a good dude.
He's my brother from another.
Seems like a good dude.
Yeah.
But there exceptions to the rule.
There are.
That's what I mean. Like, he's the exception. The rule is.
Well, it's funny that every time there's. Where are you from? From Chicago. So we befriend each other. We're friends for a while, and then all of a sudden they just end up stabbing you in the back or just fucking you over or just doing something.
And you think it's because of their.
I don't know. Maybe my dad had an intuition about it.
Interesting. That was it, huh?
That's the only thing I can think of.
That's the best fatherly advice.
That keeps sticking in my head, and it keeps coming true.
You know what's weird is
I'm like,
I got a lot of Actually, I put a lot of thought into that question because I'm actually amazed that I remember to ask that question. So I've been thinking about like how do I incorporate Father's Day into the podcast? You know, my father's been dead for almost 11 years, and stepdad, and so I was raised a stepkid. But I was he's my dad. I've talked about it before on the podcast. I don't need to go back into the dirty details or anything.
Yeah, stepdad, dad, whatever.
But
that's
whatever, he's my dad.
Right.
So he got me at a young age. I never knew my whatever guy. So there was plenty of years for him to impart, you know, and I always looked at him like, man, this guy's got it figured out. He's, you know, he's wise, he's responsible, he's, you know, all of these things. And he's been gone for a lot of years, and looking back, like there's very little that I can go, I probably would do that differently.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot of things, you know. So my hindsight is he was this wise dude that I should have listened to more. But now that I'm looking back going, man, what was all of that advice that I didn't listen to or whatever? And I'm going, I don't think, like, we didn't have that type of relationship. Like, it was more of an example that was being set, but not like, okay, pay attention to this because I'm going to do something that you need to know. Yeah. That kind of thing. Like, he never let me go to work with him.
I worked with my dad for several years.
And so you probably learned a lot of things.
I did, yeah.
He was an electrician or something?
Yeah, he was an electrician. Yeah. I don't remember that fucking shit now, but yeah.
So you don't know how the pyramids in Egypt were actually, you know, power plants and not tombs?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, it wasn't that in depth. But
how about we have him on the podcast and he can explain how
he would probably love to come on here.
I would love to
explain
I would love to have Warlow on the
podcast. Family tree. That'd be riveting.
We'll talk about that. Let's see if we can figure out how to make that happen. But anyway, what I'm saying is there's very few bits of like sage advice that I got that I can look back and go, I really paid attention to that and it actually really helped me out. The biggest thing for me is that he told me, do not buy shit that you can't afford.
Right.
I didn't have a credit card until I was 35. Like, I never had a credit card.
Yeah.
That was like not a thing. Like, you don't, like, if you want to buy something, you save your money and then you buy it.
Right.
Well, you don't, you know, aside from a house or absolutely necessary, a car payment, but don't like just have a fucking car payment for the sake of, I want to have a nice car. It's like, okay, well, if you're like hard up and you need transportation to get to your job, whatever. But it was always don't buy anything you can't afford. So I've never really done that. Now, mind you, I do have, I should not I'm not trying to give anybody the impression that everything I have to my name I own outright, because that's not the thing.
It's her money, isn't
it? I have a mortgage. I have an RV payment.
What's the license plate say on that?
Her money. Okay. No, on the RV, her Tiffin.
What's the boat say?
Her money.
Okay.
Yeah. The side by side is her money 3 or her money 2 or something.
So you're not buying things you can't afford. She is.
No, but you know what I'm saying. Like,
yes, I do know what you're saying. Yes.
But we don't have payments on all that stuff.
Right.
Like I have a mortgage payment and I got an RV payment, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
You know, like we don't have like fucking credit card debt and all this kind of stuff.
Gotcha,
like I don't buy furniture on fucking credit or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's just, if you need a new couch, like, and you can't, then you're going to sit on a shitty couch until you can afford to buy a couch. That's how I was raised. Well, it would be senseless for you to go out and buy a new couch right now because
our fucking dog.
But that's probably the biggest piece of advice that I actually listened to, that I look back and go, I am so fucking glad. Because when you're young and you're like, all your friends are like, they're going and buying a new car, or they're going whatever, and they're doing this and that, or they break out the credit card so they can, you know, and you're just like, man, that just seems like fun. And but it's not, dude. You're just robbing yourself of that sense of accomplishment or the satisfaction of like, yeah, I worked for this. And
that's the American way to be in debt.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, yeah.
Everybody's in debt.
Yeah.
Everybody owes somebody something.
Right.
But, you know, thinking back on it, though, when he was alive, you didn't listen to him because, you know, you don't listen.
Because you're young and you're stupid.
Yeah.
And
but then after he passed, you think back and like, oh, fuck, I should have really listened to him more because he had some sound advice, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yes and no. You know, now
you,
thinking back on it, you think, oh, shit, that was good advice when he told me.
A lot of the advice that he gave me wasn't actually like sit you down and give you advice. It was just
right. It's just in passing, just talking or whatever.
Just his example of like how he handled certain situations or how he handled. Like I'll tell you, like as somebody that raised 3 stepkids, so I was raised the third of 3 stepkids. Right? He never fathered a child. He married my mom, who already had 3 kids.
Right.
And I was the youngest one, and so I got to watch my life, but then I also watched him and how he, you know, and it was not without problem, dude. Like my parents,
absolutely.
My parents had tons and tons of problems in their marriage, and I mean, it was just, dude, it was a rough go for him.
Yeah.
Being a guy.
It's like not easy.
It's not. It's not at all. And the thing for him, so
even having your own kids is
he never had to deal. He never had to deal with. So my 2 sisters and myself, they have the same dad. I have different dad. He never had to deal with either of those 2 other guys. Like he just had the wife and kids, but just having stepkids in the first place was challenging enough to where it caused all kind of problems.
Yeah.
And especially with my sisters being two of the 3 stepkids, and I'm not saying I was an angel, but the 2 of them,
you are now.
The 2 of them like set out, dude. I'll be honest with you, like I was so happy to finally have. Before he came around, I was living with my mom, who didn't have 2 nickels to rub together. We were dirt poor, dude. We were on welfare. Yeah. Like we used to get the canned food at the canned food drive at Christmas time. Yeah. We lived with my grandmother, who had lost her husband. So it was my grandma, my mom, and my 2 sisters, and me. And the fact that he showed up was like, oh my gosh, there's another angel. Dude. Yeah. He's, you know, and he was a guy's guy. He worked, he was a contractor. Like he wasn't like some guy that sat in an office all day and didn't get his hands dirty. Like he was a fucking dude, you know? And it was just, like, that was the best thing that ever happened to me. And anyway, but just living my whole life, for the most part, by his example, I didn't know. Like, I didn't set out on a mission to go find myself a single mom. Like, that's not, that's not something that you're, you know, looking for when you're a young, you know, young man that's looking to go sow your seed.
Virile.
Yeah, you're not like, oh, I got to find me a single mom. But life happens.
You know what? You find the right person, and it works out.
And it did, and it was almost instantly. Like once it gets past the casual dating part, that's when you go, okay, what does the future? What does my life look like? I put myself at a fork in the road,
right,
and went, okay, you got 2 options here. You can bail right now, and none of this shit ever happened,
right,
or you continue down this road and you're in it, like you're in it, and you've already lived this. So it was pretty apparent.
Do you think that's why you chose that road though?
Well, it made it way easier. It wasn't like out of this is all I know, so therefore I had no sense of obligation to go become a stepdad. Like it wasn't I was raised a stepkid, so now I feel like I need to go pay it forward. It wasn't anything like that. Like that's not at all. Not even a little. But it was one of those things where don't do it. It's one of those things where I'm sitting there, I'm going, okay, because it's more. It wasn't a question of, is this the woman that I want to spend the rest of my life with? It was you going to be able to make this work? Like, you got 3 kids right here that are not yours. That I've seen this movie. Like,
right, you lived it already.
Yeah, that causes a lot of problems.
Yeah,
and I went,
but it's the person though too that you're spending your time with, and
yeah. Well, I'm taking her out of the equation.
Oh, okay.
A little
Gotcha.
bit, not so
You're putting
much.
yourself in the
Yeah, it wasn't
shit.
like
instant father type
yeah.
thing.
It was is this really what you want to do with
Right.
your life? Like,
how old were they?
You're not marrying her. You're marrying all of them.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I really had to think about it. And it was just one of those things where I'm going, and it was just eerie the way that it worked out, because it was 3 kids, 2 different dads.
Yeah.
The ages were even like kind of similar.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there and I'm going, okay. And I go, okay, the oldest, that's my older sister. That's my oldest sister.
Yeah.
Middle child, all day long. Almost doesn't matter. Like, that's,
Right.
Yeah.
The
youngest, he's not going to be a problem. He's me. Like, that's, you know what I mean? Like, it was almost like, okay.
Deja vu is, it's just like, wow.
Yeah. And I'm going, I've seen this movie. I know how it goes.
Yeah.
So I got to bear down in certain times. And then other things, like there's stuff that's just going to, I don't have any control over. And then there's other things where I'm going, well, if I did it a little bit different, like, I can't guarantee the outcome, but if I do it a little bit different, I can guarantee it's not going to be that outcome, because I already saw that, and that didn't work. That did not work out great.
I don't want to go down that road. Yeah.
And so that was kind of the thing for me, was the fact that I did pay attention to him for so long and went, okay, thank you, because I was able to marry the woman that I really wanted to marry.
Yeah.
And I ended up with kids that are, it was something where I didn't chicken out and go, no, fuck this, I'm out, because of the unknown.
Right.
Like, I've had, I can't tell you how many times I've had the conversation with other dudes where they're like, yeah, I'm seeing this chick and whatever, and things are going good. And then they have kids or something, or and I'm like,
okay.
And I go, okay, well, no, they're not saying like, oh, I don't think I can do it. They're like, oh yeah, I'm totally going to get with this chick, but she's got these kids or whatever. And they're like blasé about it. And I'm like, okay, first of all, no, you're not the guy.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, don't do it. You're not going to be happy. Second of all, like, you're not the guy for them kids. Like, you're not.
If you're just thinking about
like, do not do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it. But if you do, understand,
it's about
like,
the whole situation, not just the mom.
It is not I just got to put up with these kids for how many more years until they're grown. No, fuck that shit, dude. Like, if you're in it, you're in it. Like, don't phone it in. Don't be that guy.
Yeah. And you had similar situations. Because my older brother and older sister, my mom had 2 kids before Warlow came around. Mm-hmm. So they were adopted. And my dad took care of them and everything. And, then me and my little sister came around, and, we were a whole family, and I didn't even know until later on in life that my older brother and sister were adopted.
Oh, that's good, though, that it wasn't a thing.
No, it wasn't a thing at all. And, my dad never made a big thing about it. And then when me and Missy ended up adopting Lily, it was like, it wasn't a big deal to me. It wasn't like, she...
Because you had an example to go off of. Like,
I think so. And, and it was a little easier for us, too, because Lily was our niece. So it wasn't like, it was some rando out somewhere we're adopting, but...
Right.
But,
Yeah, but you know what, though? Here's the thing. Nobody would ever... Like, you and Missy have done such an awesome job parenting that nobody would ever have... Like, nobody would ever... Like,
Missy and Lily look
it's not like
uncanny.
It's not like you imported her from Sri Lanka or something. No. You know what I mean? To where people are like, when did you adopt? It's like... Nobody, like, she's your daughter.
Oh, absolutely.
Like,
absolutely.
100%. Like, it's not even
No, not even a thing. No.
Like people are like,
yeah.
if you tell them that, they're probably more likely to be like,
what?
Nah, she's
Yeah, her and Missy look like twins. Not necessarily twins, but they look a lot alike. And
yeah.
same
I don't
thing
exactly
in your
have that
situation,
situation though with my kids.
Well,
my kids are, not. They turns out they don't look like me in the slightest.
Well, Lily don't look like me at all.
Nah, it doesn't matter. You can tell she's
She looks
your
like
daughter.
Missy.
Though. You can tell she's your daughter.
Yeah.
You know how I know? You know how
She's
I know?
my daughter.
Because she's most likely to have MSNBC on the TV instead of Fox News.
You know what?
And it's like,
Yeah.
only a Fox News kid would go the other way.
Completely opposites. Yes. Yeah. We are
Like-
in that sense, yes, we are completely opposites. But it's all right though. You know
Yeah.
what? She's got her opinion, I got mine.
Yeah.
And,
That's-
more power to her.
She's going to do what
You
she's
know?
going to do.
She wants to vote fucked up. That's up to her. You know,
That's her,
just saying.
as long as she votes.
Yeah, exactly. And that's, some of my friends get on her for that stuff. I'm like, you know what? Why are you protecting? I'm like, she's my daughter for one. I'll always protect her no matter what,
Yeah.
and stand up for her and whatever. She's got her own opinions. She's got her own views. That's fine.
One of the reasons we're so patriotic about America and how great America is that it affords anybody the right to
Absolutely.
to live their own life, liberty, and the pursuit of
yeah.
happiness, right? Mm-hmm. And if that's what makes her happy,
More power to her.
Yeah,
And I'll
So-
defend her till the day I die.
right.
She can have her own opinion.
Yeah,
I don't like it, but you know what? That's her opinion.
I feel like while all of my kids are on the conservative leaning side of things, I feel like only one of them probably cast a ballot
Oh, really?
the last
Oh, wow.
election, and probably not the one you're thinking of.
No?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Wow.
It
Why is that?
because of the whole doesn't matter.
I don't care.
Doesn't no.
I don't need to know.
It's
type
not
thing.
no, it's not a I don't care. It's a it doesn't matter.
How am I going to change?
Yes,
everything?
exactly. It's
Right. Yeah.
my vote is going to change the outcome.
One vote's going to change. Maybe.
Multiply that by 300 million
Right.
and yep,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear you. I got to pee again.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. Hey, in honor
We're not
of
done,
Father's
though,
Day.
right?
All right.
No, sorry.
Hey, well,
I didn't mean to
you know
cut
who
it
else
off, so-
has to pee? Don't piss all over the tablecloth. All right. Dude. Okay.
See,
He came up
I
short.
think the battery's getting weak.
Yeah, probably. I pulled him out of the drawer where I still have a matchbook from Bandon Dunes. So, all right, we'll be right back. All right. Well, yeah,
I heard it in my ears. The third time's a charm.
we're back. We made it. Segment 3. I guess. Well, it's not really, but
We've been here for like 6
just
hours.
you made me cut off my whole stepdad.
I didn't make
situation.
you. I'm sorry.
You had to
Go
go to
ahead.
the bathroom or whatever. No,
Sorry,
I was just
I had
gonna.
to pee.
I was gonna give a shout out to my kids because
Yeah.
while we're not related by blood, I am a firm believer in nurture versus nature.
Absolutely.
Right, and it's becoming glaringly obvious the older. So our youngest, you've met Jordan.
Yep.
He's a young man. Dude looks just like his dad,
Yeah.
which is hard for me.
It's not his fault.
No. Yeah, and I do my absolute best to not hold it against him. But like, it's hard for me, one of those where you're just like, fuck, dude, every time, like, you see pictures and whatever, and you're just
Yeah.
like, this fucking kid.
Like, God damn it.
Like that's the same guy basically, but it's not, dude.
Yeah.
Like if you,
He's more like you,
yeah,
though.
well, right,
because you raised them.
That's the whole point.
And they look up to you.
Dude, if he was anything like his dad, I'd be like, nah.
I ain't gonna do that one. I'll do the other two.
I'm out on this kid. Like
I want to adopt him, but I'll adopt.
But so Kayla and Jordan, I had the most time with them. They are probably more like I mean it's crazy, like just stupid stuff like TV and movie reference, you know, just like weird shit like that, you know, or sense of humor, you know, that kind of thing, and so it's just funny. It's
because you raised them.
Yeah. Yes.
How old were they when you met Mrs. Average? They were still pretty young, weren't they? I mean,
Jordan was 2.
Yeah. So.
Jordan was 2 when I got him, so that means Kayla was 7 when I got her.
Yeah.
Which was,
I mean, that's a lot of influence you put on them.
Yeah.
Which is good. It's a good thing.
It's been 22 years.
Yeah.
So, you know, but it's funny because on the one hand you can sit there and go, man, it sucks. Like every dude wants a mini me.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And then you go, all right, well, I kind of do like it, but
Lily acts like a lot like me. The sarcasm and the jokes, it's like the dark humor, you know, type thing. You know, she's like that a lot. Yeah,
she doesn't get that from Good Morning, Missy.
No, not even close.
And Mrs. Average has, she's one of those that loves not to know, and does not do the references, like not even a little with the references.
Neither is Missy.
Like every once in a great while, she'll like pull out some reference, and you're just like, the fuck did you just say? Did you just?
She is listening.
Was there a reference there? Just like what?
She has been listening.
What?
It's like when you were talking about the sandworms.
The what?
The sandworms.
Oh, the dirt worm.
So and we have a group text with stupid shit we send back and forth to each other. But Missy will text me on the side. What's a dirt worm? She's like, all right, so Missy.
So for those of you out there in podcast land, we were planning our Memorial Day schedule out there at the lake, and we were like trying to figure out what time we were all getting up or
getting right. You know. Yeah.
And I forget, it was like, I forget
it
how
was
it even
early. It was early on Friday or Saturday. It was early.
I forget how it even came up, but somebody said something about being at a certain time and whatever, and
breakfast is at like 7
and I'm like, dude, you're working on your second dirt worm at that point, and
hey, you have to get rid of some stuff.
Oh yeah. No, dude.
Before you go out the lake.
Last thing you want to do is have it hit you when you get to the sandbar.
God.
I probably should have tried to push one out before we.
Yeah, I'll sit there for 20 minutes. You know, I'm sorry, we're a little late. Average.
Yeah.
We're gonna wait in a little bit of line, but it's worth it.
Because I ain't driving you
back.
It's
worth it. Hey, you guys stay right here. Average is gonna drive me back.
Yeah, that's not how any of this works.
No.
All right, so we're out. We're over. Well, not out. But we're salute to fucking all you stepdads out there.
Absolutely.
And real dads.
Stepdads, real dads.
We'll even take people that have
dads, everybody.
had their own kids.
Absolutely.
I suppose.
Yeah,
it's easier, I think, to do it that way.
To the kids I don't know about.
The good morning, Miss.
Wait. I
Never
have
mind.
no other kids.
That's probably not a thing. It probably never. So you were in you were in Korea when you were in the Army?
I was.
So.
Yes.
So there.
For a couple weeks.
Well, that's how many.
No happy endings.
Little Asian whips are running around.
0.0. No way.
No way. Not possible.
No, they No, never mind.
No, let's see. I want to hear about your experience.
Buku dinky dow.
Did you? I want to hear. So when did you figure out your dates? Did you get your dates?
I did not. You know what? It's funny because David was asking me. He goes, "When you were in the military?" I'm like, "God damn!" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Because you were talking about it on the podcast. He listened to the podcast, and I'm going, I don't remember talking about that. But I will. You know what? I'll write a note down and I'll pull up my DD 214 and
I need to know what was going on in the world when you decided that you needed to join the Army.
So it was God,
I want to hear the whole sleazy story.
88.
So like after I ran Contra,
it was before the Iraqi War.
Yeah, before Desert Storm.
Yeah, before Desert Storm. I just got out before Desert Storm. Mm-hmm. So.
Otherwise, you could have been. You could have.
Well, I called them and said, "Hey, I'm available if you need me."
And they were like, "No,
we'll let you know, asshole."
Yeah, no, we already got to force them.
Yeah. So yeah, that was actually when I met Missy. Good morning, Missy. Yeah.
After your military service.
It was like.
So you were all disciplined. You knew how to make a cot in the morning.
Yeah. No, I was out for a little bit, but not long enough.
Stays with you. Do you still fold your socks that way?
I don't.
Oh.
No, but I make my bed every morning.
So what's that? What stuck with you?
I make my bed every morning. I get up early. Mm-hmm. You know, all that shit. Be on time. You know, that's another thing Dad taught me was, you know, my work ethic.
Sure.
You know, at first when I first started working for him, I didn't want to get out of the fucking bed, dude. When I was living with him and working with him, dude, he'd come in there and fucking get the fuck up. Let's go. I'm like, fuck you. We used to fucking butt heads, but you know, it ended up, you know, now I'm always early to everything. You know, I wake up fucking early as fuck.
Oh yeah.
I'm texting.
Wakey.
Yeah, wakey, motherfuckers. Let's go.
So that's what stuck with you is
and
the punctuality
the sir and the ma'am and the, you know, just discipline, you know?
Sure.
I'm not an asshole.
General respect for
I don't think I am anyways.
people. Well, I can
there's
have
people
a list
that think I am.
of people that beg to differ.
Do you have a list?
I could make one.
Yeah?
Well,
let's hear it.
There's a guy, I don't know his name. See, that's because I'm also an asshole. I don't know people's names. Remember that one guy that was wearing the very first golf shirt his parents ever got him?
I'm not going to call out
at the
anybody.
last tournament. No, we're not going to burn anybody down. I don't even know his name. But that dude thinks you're an asshole.
I do.
What? Well, you think you're an asshole?
He does. No, I know his name.
Oh. Anyway, I thought it was interesting that he was wearing the first shirt his parents ever got him for junior golf, and here he is, a grown-ass man, and is still wearing that shirt.
You could meet somebody face-to-face at a restaurant and not even know who they are.
That's happened.
I know.
Like, dude, that's when I go finger gun. Dude, if you ever meet me in the wild and you get finger guns, hey, you.
How are you doing?
What's up, man?
Hey. What's Kelly's up? All giving big hugs.
What's up, bro? It's Gina.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's right. Gina.
Yeah, it's because I check everybody in and you're just there.
Yeah. Well,
at some point.
So you know how I'm not I love not to know. I love to know. I selectively love not to know. Like,
you're like, who's that motherfucker?
I don't give a shit.
That's how it comes out. Who the fuck is LJ?
Yeah, like what the fuck? Who the fuck? What? Who are these people? Like what?
They're part of the MGA, dude.
Yeah, all right. I don't care. That one dude. Remember that one dude? Yeah, that's how I remember. Yeah, that guy.
I know that one dude.
Yeah, I've seen that guy.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. What's his name? I don't know. I don't know what his name is. There's so many times, dude. Like people be like, oh. Like pairings come out and they're like, who's this guy that I'm paired with? And I'm like, I don't know. Like I know the name. I don't know. You could have, dude. We could have a whole MGA lineup, dude, and I'd be like,
you would have no clue.
And you'd go pick Chuck Brown out of a line, and I'd be like, I don't know. And I'd point to like,
I don't know if I could pick him out.
I'd point
either.
to like Joy Kennedy and be like, it's not that one. This is not. This is probably not her.
Right. There's a lot of people. Well, you don't interact with them.
I do if I'm like paired with them.
If you're paired with them, but so that's only 3 people
the
per event.
The randomizer doesn't do that a whole lot.
So there's 8 tournaments a year.
Right.
3 people a year.
Maybe at best case scenario, but then you always get the requests from like the people that are like, "Oh, I want to be in 1A." And it's like,
well, it's random now. So
it's not because I'm in 1A.
No,
It's because they want to finish in a timely manner.
Well, the only reason you're in 1A is because I'm scrambling to get my shit together
because you have to
after
be
everything.
B.
Yeah, gotcha. But yeah, you interact with 24 people a year, and it could be the same people.
Best case scenario,
yeah, 24 different people.
Right, unique people. Best case scenario.
Yeah.
Usually, let's round that down. Let's say it's
3.
20. Let's say it's 18 to 20.
Dude, even when I hit the random button, I don't know what it is, the algorithm or whatever.
Dude, the amount of times
I get
paired
play with everybody.
Jerry Williamson, the plumber.
I'm telling
you.
And I'm just like, fuck. People play with the same people all the time.
I'll never complain about getting paired with Jerry Williamson.
Well, no.
Nobody
absolutely
does.
not. They're up in Coeur d'Alene this week.
Well,
him and Ted.
Whatever.
God damn it. We got to go up there.
For those out there in podcast land that probably don't know who any of these people are because we're not a golf podcast anymore.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to go there.
No, you did. You brought it up to me at the last prostate break. Like, hey, let's talk about golf. I don't want to talk about golf.
I didn't say that.
Shoehorned it in.
I did not say that. I said, do you want to talk about the U.S. Open? You're like,
I don't want to talk about the U.S. Open.
Then let's don't do it.
I don't want to talk about the FU Open.
You want to talk about the LA riots?
We can.
You know what?
What's your favorite part about the LA riots? What's your favorite thing that's happening right now in Los Angeles?
There is. There's nothing, man.
Give me an opinion. Give me a hot take.
How do you have a favorite thing about what's happening in Los Angeles?
Well, there's a number of things that's happening. It's theater, dude.
It's absolutely.
My favorite thing about things like this that happen in the world is trying to figure out what it is they're distracting us from. And you know what that is?
What?
Has the big, beautiful bill passed yet?
I don't know. No, it hasn't.
Who's talking about that right now?
Nobody.
Huh. That seems weird. Seems like a mighty big... Are there big coincidences and little coincidences, or are there just coincidences? So what I'm saying is every time that some shit like this goes down...
Look over here.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh, we got to have...
Was that the Trump-Elon feud?
Was distraction?
Distraction, and then all of a sudden the riots happen? And now they're best friends again?
I don't think they're best friends again. I think it's one of those where...
Do you think that was set up?
I think it was a bluff call.
I think so too. I think
the whole like, oh, he's in the Epstein files, so that everybody would go,
no,
release the files.
Exactly.
But you know that nobody's going to go, release
it's
the
two
files.
billionaires talking to each other like me and you. It's like that movie. Shit, I can't remember. But they're two billionaires sitting around talking. Go, I bet I can make the Democrats like me again and say, release the Epstein files.
Right. Or
because they don't want to. I guarantee you, if Trump was in the Epstein files, they would have released them before. Dude,
you don't know that they know?
They know exactly. Everybody's in there.
Somebody. There would be a sacrificial lamb.
Absolutely.
That wouldn't be their choice to go, you know what? I'll take the fall because I know that I was there with Trump. It would be somebody else that knows that dude was there with Trump.
They tried to make it clear,
go,
but
and call that guy out, and then be like, by association, bring him down with you. There would have been a sacrificial lamb already.
Absolutely.
Like that's how that works.
Yeah, that would have came out in the last election.
Yeah.
So Biden could have won again. Guarantee. If they knew that Trump was in the Epstein files, they would have known. It would have been released. I forgot where we're going.
I don't know. You want to talk about your favorite part of the LA riots?
Dude, there's not a favorite part. All right.
Let's hear it. What?
I love how people go, mostly peaceful riots.
Yeah. And then,
mostly peaceful protests.
Guess what? We're just going to we're going to send up the mostly peaceful Marines.
As they're reporting with the cars burning behind them, people fucking destroying everything, painting it. It's ridiculous.
Know what? The entire goal, it's not to convince you that it's a mostly peaceful situation.
That's what the Democrats want to do.
No, they don't.
Oh.
No, they don't.
What do they want to do?
They want us to be sitting here talking about it.
You know what? That's a good point.
They want our focus to be on, this is fucking ridiculous. Why? How can they even say that it's mostly peaceful and these people are good and they're just trying to make a living and blah, 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 blah. That's all it is, dude. That is all it is.
You're right.
It's not oh no, we're gonna
smoke and mirrors.
If we tell you that these are good people and it's mostly peaceful, then you'll believe it. That's right. It's entirely a distraction. Entirely. And you know why? It's because they're trying to. Somebody probably got close to figuring out that there's all this other land beyond the Arctic ice wall.
Circles back.
Yeah, and then they're like, "Oh no!"
Is that what China's buying up?
Release the rioters
all that land
in L.A.
Right.
No, they're buying up land in Arizona, right next to Luke Air Force Base. And Katie Hobbs is like,
veto.
Yeah, we'll allow it.
Yeah, that's cool. Go ahead.
Meanwhile, you got the president in the United States going, trade deal with China, and our relationship is great, and we're going to give them this, and they're going to give us this. And
supposedly, it's a deal.
It's
the deal
best.
Is done.
It's the best thing ever. It's the best. It's the best.
It's always the best.
Yeah, it's the
Hello,
best.
my friends.
Hi, my friend. You think that's how Trump answers the phone when Xi Jinping calls?
Hello, my friend. How's he sound? You do a better Trump than I do.
I don't. I tried to that one time, that one episode, and it was fucking terrible. It was horrible. That's
all right.
I don't do a Trump.
That's when the Moon Lion was.
I know. That's where the Moon Lion was spawned.
It was like, God, I can't. Simba.
Oh yeah. Oh, Lion King. Yeah, I recognize the reference.
I may or may not.
That also could have been Shawshank.
Should have.
But
greatest movie. One of the greatest movies ever.
It's a pretty good movie.
Every time it's on, I got to watch it.
It is one of those that you're obligated, when you come across it, to be like, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good movie.
I'll watch 10 minutes of it. Next thing you know, fuck, it's over.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
What's your favorite part of the LA riots?
I don't.
Can you think of one?
I haven't really been paying that much attention to it because it's all just bullshit, dude.
Well, it is. But here's the thing that happens is TV sucks right now. So you just turn it on.
What, in general?
In general, there's no good shows out right now.
Anything is better to watch than the news.
Right. But dude, when you watch people fucking destroying shit, it's
Mrs.
like
Average,
it's like
Mrs. Average is super engrossed in this series about Gypsy fucking whatever her name is, the girl with the Munchausens and her mom with the Munchausens, and then she met some dude and like decided it would be a great idea to kill her mom. And they did. And then she only got like 10 years because it was a full Munchausen situation. Like nothing wrong with this girl, but
so
the
David,
mom
what Munchausen is.
Yes.
Can you explain it so I know too?
What?
What's Munchausen?
Munchausens. So there's Munchausens. So I'm sure you've met the people that are Munchausens, right? There's Munchausens like first party, like first person Munchausens.
Okay.
That are like, they always got to have something wrong with them. Some shit the doctors can't figure out. Oh, I'm sick. I don't know. I got this fucking thing. I got this affliction. I got that. Feel bad for me. Sympathy. Notice me. Love me.
I know some people like that.
That kind of thing. You do.
Yeah.
I do too.
Yeah.
They're probably some overlap.
Probably the same people. Yeah. All right. Gotcha.
So that's Munchausen's. Munchausen's by proxy is the mom. It's usually the mom. I don't know. I'm not aware of any dad cases, but I'm sure that they exist. I don't want to say it's always the mom, but it's usually the mom. You got some kid that, in order to get all the attention from friends and family, there's always something wrong with the kid. They got this affliction or that affliction, and we feel bad for us because this kid is fucked up, got cancer or whatever, all this kind of stuff. And usually it's the mom like poisoning the kid to keep him sick or whatever,
Right.
And so anyway, so that's the story with this girl that killed her mom. She was raised that way, nothing wrong with her, but always in the hospital. The mom made her be in a wheelchair. Always shaved her head, like, she's got cancer, made her undergo all these surgeries and stuff.
Then once you go through that, your brain is like, oh my
God,
have that.
So she's all fucked up, right? And then she grows up, knows she's not fucked up, but
fuck this
but
bitch.
still that's how she's made to live,
right?
And meets this dude somehow, and they hatch this plan, like, it'd be a really good idea if we just fucking kill her. So the dude does, like. Yeah.
Is he still in prison?
I don't know, because
How old was she when all this
I'm
happened?
not really paying attention to it. So Mrs. Average totally engrossed.
But you know a lot about it.
I'm aware of the story. What I'm explaining to you is the
You're aware of a lot of stories.
Okay. But I don't know. I don't know.
My phone's gonna be fucking
Munchausen's. Everything's gonna be Munchausen's. So if you were raised by Whip and were made to feel ill, you could be entitled to compensation. Contact the Average Minute.
Good morning, Missy.
Right. So I don't know. I don't know if this dude. I would imagine that because he's the one that killed the mom.
So,
but they don't really spend a lot of time.
But they conspired together. She got
10. She got 10 years.
All right. Okay.
She served 8 out of 10. And just got out in like
he's got to still be in there.
2023 or something. She got out.
How'd he kill her?
I think
Stab her or shoot
I think
her?
so. I think stabbed because because the story.
I think I know this
story
but
that she recounts in the first part of this series that Mrs. Average is watching is talking about she was there, like in the house when the mom was and what she'll never get rid of is the sound of her mom screaming and yelling out for her to help her.
Yeah.
Like, Gypsy, help me,
That
while
would be
she's
tough,
being killed,
wouldn't it?
Meanwhile, it was her idea to fucking kill her mom. But, so.
You instantly have regret, though, right?
I guess.
Wouldn't
I don't
you?
know. I've never even considered. I've never even, like, So, what kind of control my mom had over me with we've talked about the abuse and stuff. Like, dude, the idea that the idea that I would like even consider like
killing
like that's just not. It was never, dude. I was raised in fear. And
really?
Yeah. At any time, like I'm still afraid, dude. I mean, she could just show up here.
I hope she does. Brings cookies. She'll bake cookies every time she comes here. She bakes cookies.
She's playing the long game, dude. She's getting me with that type 2 diabetes.
Oh, is that what?
Yeah.
She's trying to get us all, then, isn't she?
Yep. Probably. Anybody. If you associate with me, then you must be one of the bad guys.
Cookies are the best, by the way. Those are the best.
They pretty much are. But it's diabetes.
Whatever. I'll take it.
All right. Well,
I'll take one for the team.
You'd be saying that when you lose a foot.
Well, maybe she'll. So you're saying your mom's going to cut my foot off?
No, I'm saying you're going to get the diabetes and lose a foot.
Dude, I don't have thick ankles. I don't have thankles.
Cankles.
Thankles, cankles, whatever.
Yeah. No, you don't. You got little pigeon legs. You're like kind of top heavy.
Sorry.
You're like a turnip. You're like shaped like a turnip.
What?
So no, actually, more like a parsnip. So Whip. So for those of you that are only listening to the audio, so what you want to do after you've
it's better than thalidomide.
After you've done the whole thalidomide baby experience, what you want to do is picture a parsnip and put a goatee on a parsnip and
Stickers are coming.
Parsnip whip.
Oh, don't start that. Have you seen that meme with that guy with the fucking little flapper? It's like
The what?
the not the memes, the reels with the guy goes, "Hey, check this out." And he's holding this stuff.
No.
It's like, here's how you make macaroni and cheese, and he starts making.
No, see, my algorithm.
I'm gonna sit. I know.
algorithm
I
is
will
all
start sending you that
conspiracies.
shit because you're looking at me like I'm a fucking ghost. Or
No,
something.
it's hard to.
Well-
So comedy, right? It's not funny if you have to explain it. So when it's something that you find super
I thought it was
humorous
all about
and I've
timing.
never even heard of it, makes
I will-
it hard for me
next
to be
time I
like,
see
oh
that,
my
dude.
gosh, dude, that sounds hilarious.
Next time I see
That reel
dude,
that you just described sounds hilarious.
It is.
I don't. Yeah, I imagine.
It's
it
more
is.
funny than the ones you sent me today.
Well, there ain't nothing.
Jesus
there
Christ.
ain't nothing funny about the Anunnaki.
No, it's not. It's fucking deep shit.
It is, and to think,
You know what I need to watch those? Is a little drink, a little THC drink or something.
oh, can you imagine?
Oh.
Imagine, dude.
Maybe they're on those.
Dude, I just had a really good idea.
Oh no.
We need to have one of them drinks and do a podcast about this topic. Like just talk about how the universe
All right.
came to be and where we're going and why
If I do
everything's
one,
a cover up.
it's not going to be. I'm not going to split 100 milligram one with you from
No,
California.
we'll measure it out. We'll do.
I'll bring my own.
Yeah, but you can't do. It's got to be something more.
I'll do like a. You want to get?
I'm saying, dude, we got to open our minds.
It's. Who's racing around your neighborhood?
People, we got
So
people.
it's got to be on a weekend then.
Okay.
So
Well, then
we
it's
can
probably
either
gonna have to be.
pass out in the average bed or the front room.
There's
wherever we
you
end
can
up.
pass out there.
We may be finger painting later. With
Yeah.
black lights.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm in. I'm back in.
Like Mrs. Average takes a pie to the face. It's going to be.
I'm not
pie
taking
to
a.
the face.
I'm not taking a pie to the face.
I said Mrs. Average.
Yeah, I know, but you're implying that there might be activities that.
Well, you never know.
Hold on. Let me just.
Is it your turn?
Okay.
Should we take another break? Let's take another break.
No, let's just end it. Let's just end it. Hold on. I got important business
All right.
to attend to. All right.
Meanwhile,
so,
it's 4 a.m. on the East Coast.
I know. Whatever. Listen, there's literally nobody that made it this far into this episode. Like,
Probably
there's
not.
nobody.
I
If
barely
you
made
did,
it this far.
I'll tell you what. If you made it this far into this episode, what you want to do is get a hold of Average somehow. Comment on the episode. Send me a text message, email, whatever the fuck, smoke signal.
We'll send you some koozies
Tell me,
or
tell
something.
me,
Something. We'll
tell
send
me,
you something.
tell me Anunnaki.
Anunnaki.
Yep.
And
And
how
that's
do you
how-
spell that?
It's you look at it. The internet always wins. Just Google it. It's
That's
just talking into your phone like Scotty V.
Well, if you're listening to it and your
Get
phone's
that?
closed,
He's got
it will-
he's got the consumer cellular with the big numbers on it, dude. Boop, Anunnaki, and it doesn't even all fit on the screen. It has to like a marquee scroll because the letters are so big.
My phone's getting that way too.
Anyway, that's the code word.
If
so
you made it this far, it will be on
send-
your phone.
send me
soon. Yes.
Anunnaki, and
We'll figure something out.
we'll figure out a prize.
Yeah.
Oh, we can. We'll get you a
Send you
coaster.
something. Yeah.
All right. Until next episode, it's been fun, and
Cheers.
we're not going to see you in the rough. We'll just we'll see you next time.
Okay.
All right. Well, I don't even know how to end this anymore.
We need
Bye.
a song.
Bye.
But
Bye.
We need a song that we can hit.
Yeah, but that's more of an intro. What?
Ooh, that's.
Oh. How about?
Oh.
Okay. Well, he dead. So
LA.
for those reasons, I'm out.